So our true fans, they'll recall like 1,000 videos ago. How many? I don't know, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, you'll have to count. But a long time ago, we poured these concrete pads over here. So what we did was we dug a pad in preparation for these gate operators. Wow, that took a long time. Trust me, we feel the same way. Something about circuit boards and the industry, it's a little backed up right now. But anyways, we finally got our gate operators and we're going to set them today. We're going to set one on one pad and the other on the other pad, and we're going to anchor them down. So as you can see, there's a little bit of a congestion here because all this wire has to go up inside that operator. So we need to set the operator on top of this. We're gonna have to do both of those things at the same time. We'll have to set it down and then also get the wires around any pinch points because we cannot set the operator on top of the wires. Little full, a lot of wire, little full. My biggest thing is collecting the check at the end of the day. Wherever she sits is where it's gonna go. I don't care if it rubs. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Okay, but seriously. We do care if it rubs. We don't want it to rub. We want it to fall right into its catch, its yoke, its nesting place, its place of rest, its down boy down. Anyways, what we have to do is we have to move the front of the gate operator around, and we're gonna go ahead and measure on the pad to make everything even, but we gotta shift the front edge that way, so that way our leading edge is not rubbing on our 4-inch post down here. And we're gonna do that with a little digging bar. Perfect. Five and 3/4, 4 1/4. Let's move your back end that way. We'll move it to 5. 1/4 inch. One more? Yep. Okay, whoa. Sorry, we're closed. There's 2. I wouldn't try put one of those in with nothing less than a 1/2 inch impact. That's a whole lot of anchor. See this right here? This is our power, but our Sparky, they're not gonna be around until a couple days from now to wire us in. So this is a hydraulic driven gate. Well, since we don't have electrical, what we're having to do is we're having to put it in the manual mode, which is open the valves, and we're able to lift open our gate that way, and then close our valves to lock it in the open position because we're locking that fluid into place. Okay, we got one more anchor to go. Left, right, okay. Nailed it. All right, so as you can see, we still have a lot of work to do before this thing is fully functional and fully secure. Right off the bat, we have one problem. I mean, it has nothing to do with the fact that I can squeeze in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a plated post. If you're not sure what a plated post is, make sure and see this video right here. We're gonna take a plated post and we're gonna put it right in this little bump out right here. And we're gonna take some fabric and go from point, pa-poink, 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 pa-poink. And then we got to wire the gate operator in. All the stuff that is already on the operator, such as our safety edges and our photo eye, those are already wired in. That comes from the factory, done that way. So our responsibility is to wire in our far end photo eye, and then power, and then our keypad. And then to terminate our loops, we have 2 loops on this. We have a reverse loop on the outside, then we have an inside magic loop. It does magical things. Let's talk about our entrapment protection on this bad mamma jamma that you see right here.
Entrapment.
We got a B1 device and we got a B2 device. B3 and I got a bingo. B1 entrapment device is contactless. So that would be our photo eye. If we trip it, that's a B1 device. We don't have to make contact with it like we do a safety edge to be able to tell that gate, hey, I'm in here, go the other way. Photo eye, that's what's gonna trip it. Now, the safety edges, that is a contact device. So in order for us to reverse the gate, it's a B2 device. So we have to actually make contact with it to be able to tell that gate to go the other direction. There you go. There's a little bit of knowledge about gate safety and things and such. Did you get that? All right, so now the brains of the operation, because where's the brain? Aha, there's our brain. Now to go along with all of our other safety devices, here's our alarm, and that's going to alarm anytime the gate does anything. While the gate is opening, it's going to go mer, 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 mer. And while the gate's closing, it's going to go mer, 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 mer. Do I need to do it anymore? Now, if I was like everybody else, what I would do is I would take all of this and I would shove that right into that cabinet in there. We're gonna trim our tails because even though they paid for all this wire, it doesn't need to stay here. All right, so earlier we were talking about the loops, the reversing loop, and then the free exit loop. Never, ever, 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 ever splice loop wires. One piece of wire. Never, ever should they ever be spliced, because then your gate's gonna start doing ooky spooky things. What we're doing now is we're connecting our operator to an earth ground. So this is the ground that we attached to the ground rod when we poured the pad, because I mean, gate standing straight up in the air, chances of lightning ever hitting it, none. You really don't need it. You want to pretend like you're playing with your grandma's fine china, and the reason I say that is because if you break her dishes, she's gonna whoop your butt like nobody's business. And if you break this, you're gonna be wishing that you got your butt whipped by your grandma, because now you have to cut a new loop in. Yeah, I got one. No, not yet. Anytime we deal with the loop wires and we get ready to trim them, but we're not going to land them, I like to cut them extra long, just so that way, however I decide to run them, I'm not going to cut myself short. Just keep pulling, just keep pulling, just keep pulling. It's gonna come down around through there, and then it's gonna go up into that cabinet. And then you pull how much ever you need. And don't forget, it doesn't hurt to have a little extra. If you cut me short, we're gonna have to re-pull the wire. You should never use Cat 5 cable or anything like that on something like this. What we use is we use Belden wire. Your Cat 5 cable, fun fact, all the little pairs in there, some of them aren't twisted as tight as other ones, and they're all twisted up in there, and they could get mixed signals and stuff like that. And it's just all, just use the right wire. Let's start there. The moment that we have all been waiting for, it's time. We have power, power is here. I hate to be that guy. It's like, all right, drum roll please, drum roll. Hey, we got some power. What the heck are you doing with an extension cord, Dan? Christmas lights, I'm getting ready. So what I'm doing is, we know that that loop is somewhere in here. So I'm trying to get 3 points of contact across that loop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that extension cord and plug it in together to break the frequency of the loop so I can figure out what is what. The other way I could do this is I could drive my vehicle over the loop and figure it out, and then, but it's really cold and my hands are almost freezing. Are you ready?
Yep.
My top detector is my inside loop. So I could do the exact same thing with my outside loop. See how many steps I'm saving right here? That's my loop. Hold on, I'm warming up. Seriously, I think I have about 5 layers on, and it's only November. Hit the button and it should close. Earlier on, I told you that these gates are bulletproof. These gates are 100% reliable, and as many times as this gate is going to cycle in one day, because it's going to see a lot of use throughout one day. Some operators aren't made to operate and have that many cycles, whereas this particular gate and this particular model, it can see a ton of use and it's always going to function. If you just got done watching this video and you're like, that's the gate that I want, I need something that's going to open all the time, make sure you reach out to us. Now that it's finally done, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, if you guys missed the pad installation of this video, make sure and check that out right here. And if you guys want to watch us build a gate from scratch out of aluminum, make sure and check that gate out right here. It's Dan with SWI. We are Wyoming's fence and gate company. We hope you have a good dang day and stay warm.